back. Here's a look at your sleep tight weather view. The biggest swell of the winter season has arrived in Hawaii, with waves reaching up to 40 feet. Forecasters at the National Weather Service say this is due to the westerly component of the swell, and large surf will impact areas that are not normally affected by the winter swells. And there's also a high surf warning in this area in effect through the rest of this evening. So some interesting weather out there in Hawaii. Turning here closer to home, we're talking about, we had some clouds out there early on today, and then those lifted, and we're left with some sunshine out there today. Temperatures didn't quite make it all the way up into the territory we would like to see, into the 40s, but we may get there as we get into the day tomorrow. Now here's a check of the temperatures we saw out there today. 38 degrees here in Quincy, 41 as you head out towards St. Louis, and about 43 degrees in Springfield. So as we take a look at the current satellite radar picture right now, you can see we had that little area of clearing here across portions of the tri-states, and watching some more clouds begin to push in from the north. Could have a few more clouds through this evening before those begin to dissipate a bit as we get through the day tomorrow and through the late overnight hours and through the day tomorrow. Just calling for partly cloudy skies out there on your Saturday. You can see that as we close up the close-up shot here on the tri-states beginning to push in from the northwest. Temperatures at this hour hanging out at about 37 degrees here in Quincy, 36 as you head up towards Keokuk, 37 degrees in Fort Madison, and about 33 in Macomb. The surface map shows we have high pressure off towards our east here across the Ohio Valley, and then we do have an area of low pressure along a surface trough here just stationed right now across western Iowa. That's kind of allowing some showers to develop across Iowa, some very light rain, and also that area of some clouds here you can see in the forecast of motion as we roll it through here. We're looking for this to continue to push off towards the south here as we go through the rest of this evening, the cloud deck here, and as we get through early Saturday, some more clouds possibly pushing in from the north, but I think we will get some sunshine in here as we go through our Saturday as well, and then watching off towards the northwest by the time we get into Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Our next weather maker here, area of low pressure pushing in from the north across portions of Iowa, and right now we're stopped at about 2:30 in the morning Sunday, and you can see some rain developing across the tri-states. And then as the front pushes through associated with that low pressure center, we're going to draw on the colder air on the backside of that, and we could see some snow mixing in here as we get into later in the day on Sunday, possibly around the noontime hour, and then we'll watch those clouds begin to dissipate and the rain to move out. But then as we get into next week, as we're looking for the jet stream to ride to the north a bit, and that's going to allow some warmer air to get drawn in here to the tri-states from the south, and that's really going to warm us up by the time we get into next week with highs approaching 50 degrees. But then the other flip side of the story is as we get into about 2 weeks out into late January, early February, we're looking for much colder air to settle in across the United States, especially the eastern two-thirds, and out towards the west they're going to be sitting above average. But we'll see a little bit of a sign of these colder temperatures ahead in our extended forecast here in just a second. So temperatures tomorrow in the mid-40s for daytime highs, 27 out there tonight with partly cloudy skies and northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, 44 tomorrow with a few clouds and a bit warmer out there. And we'll be checking out the 7-day forecast where you can see that chance of some rain and snow possibly. Doesn't look to be too significant on Sunday. At first we thought it was going to be all rain, but looks like we will get a little bit colder air drawn in behind this, so we could see a little bit of change over to some snow. Mostly cloudy on Monday, and then we clear it out as we get into the rest of the week. Partly cloudy skies on Tuesday, Wednesday, some more clouds possibly. Thursday, daytime highs making it up into the 40s by then, all the way up close to 50 degrees. And then as we get into next Friday, that's that colder air, the sign of a cool down in store. 38 degrees next Friday for a daytime high, which is slightly above average still, but then by the time we get into a few more days out from there, we could see temperatures really falling off, and some of the models are indicating some very cold polar air settling in behind this. So remember to keep an eye on that, Ross, as we get into the week beyond the next 7 days.
So you bury the bad news in there.
Yeah.
Beneath all that sunshine, there's
right.
a little bit of a bad sentence.
So yeah, I tried to talk about, we're talking some warmer temperatures the next coming days, but get ready because winter is not over yet.
Okay, thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah.
And